talk about it. It's us. Fully loaded.
PYO.
Yes, sir. It's the unbutton, the top button in your Polo podcast. We here to take you through the going-ons, the general nature of things, and call it how we see it.
You did.
We fuck niggas, in a sense.
What?
I am at least.
Pause.
So,
Hey.
oh, that came on crazy.
Yo.
Hold on.
Nah.
Actually,
Order in the fucking court right now, my nigga. What? Please silence that.
I didn't mean it like that.
Please silence
I
that.
didn't even think about how that came out. We're gonna leave that in. Pause.
Hey, yo. This nigga's on a roll right now, son.
That's
like,
mine, nigga.
I know.
Oh.
Shit dinging.
Hey, yo. See? Now, here we go. Anyway.
Son, that's how we gonna start this pod off. It's the PYO boys, though. We back.
We are 2 weeks away. We are 2 weeks away, probably something like that, from 2K Day. And I just want to let you niggas know that it's my year.
What?
I've done my observing of the 2K online landscape. I've seen what it is and this and that and the third. And I just want to let y'all niggas know it's my year.
What you mean?
I'm on niggas' necks.
Like, what are you talking about?
Like, it's my year in 2K this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting it be known.
What?
I'm not taking no shorts, no losses, bro.
As far as what?
As far as winning.
So, you
Everywhere.
you're gonna win every game that you play in?
I didn't say that. No one can win every game they play. But I'm going to be in the rec dominating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in the play now online dominating.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not taking no shorts, no losses. No losses. Early.
I hope you do realize it's crossplay now. So there's gonna be a whole pool of guys that you haven't even seen before online. You feel what I'm saying? And it's
Getting them right out of here.
right out of here.
Right the fuck out of here.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
right the fuck out of here, bro. And no funny shit. I need you in this next gen life, my boy.
I mean,
It's
I'm on the
cross
way
gen now. You can't run from this work.
I'm on the way.
You can't run from this work. As soon as we get off this podcast, I'm going to hand your ass to you in 2K anyway, but
Yo, get out of here, bro.
you can't run from this work no more. You got it, you know what I mean? Because now you're running from the work. Your man, Prada, I don't know why the fuck he went and got a PS5. But he did.
That's crazy. What the fuck? Why he catching a straight bullet? The man wanted one. What you mean?
For what? I don't know. Like, I guess I get it, but like, he don't even play like single player too much. So it's like, he's not buying it for PlayStation exclusives.
So why did he make the switch over, is what you saying?
He didn't make a switch. He just has one too. He has that and he has Xbox.
Oh, shit.
But like, he got it so we could play 2K, and now in 2 weeks, that will be an obsolete purchase.
Yep.
But he has a Sony TV, and he's finding that the Sony devices work very well together.
Exactly.
And streamline each other.
You know,
so
on some Apple shit.
he's found some enjoyment there.
Yeah, I feel it. Might like, fully convert him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But we get niggas out of here. We get niggas out of here. I'm making like 3 builds this year. I'm leaning into it. I might jump on Twitch. But honestly, to do the Twitch thing, I think I got to use a different type of mic or I got to set it up a little different, because I don't know if I want to be on the mic and have my teammates hear me talking to my stream. Like, that seems kind of self-important.
No, you could switch that off.
Yeah, but like, if I'm just using my PlayStation mic, ain't that they just gonna pick up the party shit, right?
Nah. Nah. There are things set in place for what you exactly just described. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you have, your party chat, then you have like the chat with the actual, people who are watching your stream and shit like that. You know what I mean? You can switch it on and off. You know what I mean? All through your whatever laptop device that you have, you know what I'm saying? That you're streaming it through. And yeah. There's all type of parameters set in place for that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the least of your worries.
Yeah, no, I feel like, well, we've been talking about doing Twitch streaming forever. But, I don't know. I feel like I'm focused up in this 2K shit right now. I don't know crazy shit, but I wasn't really playing online for a long time. So, like, with me, like, I think it's still, like...
I tell you this right now. Don't make a point guard, because I'm making a point guard. I'm making one build. I'm Mr. One Build. All right? I don't make all these 2, 3 type of, you know what I mean? Because, one thing with me, I just don't put enough time in on whatever is not my first build.
Oh,
You know
and
what I
that shit
mean?
ends
Like,
up costing money.
yeah, and I also, this is just me personally. I also don't put extra money into the game. You know what I mean? And there's nothing against people who do. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to spend their money how they want to spend their money. I don't give a fuck. All I'm saying is, I kind of just grind and I play the game. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's just how I enjoy playing 2K. That's just me personally. You know what I mean? So all that time that I'm putting in, it's essentially gonna have to go to that, that one build that I have.
Fair.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, rather than buying VC and then I can, put it towards like, 2, 3 other players and shit like that.
I ain't gonna lie, that wreck shit get hectic. Niggas, you know what I mean? Niggas is tossing alleys and all type of shit.
Yeah, and I feel that. But listen, man, I'm gonna be the number one point guard in the whole 2K sphere, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the 2K world. Yeah, I'm gonna be number one. That's gonna be me.
I don't know, man.
That's gonna be me, brother.
I don't know.
That's gonna be me.
But I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have a few builds, so I will have a point guard. But don't worry, I'm gonna have a wing build that I'm very invested in. Just gonna work well next to your point guard. We get on that shit. We get on that crossplay shit because I'm intrigued to see. 2K's doing the usual. I don't want to buy too much into the hoopla because 2K every year tells us how much the game is gonna be this and that and the third. At least from like as far as improving the competitive online experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to get into the habit of like overdoing it with. Yeah, we gonna get the whole spiel every year about how it's gonna be different and it's gonna be more realistic than ever and they're gonna satisfy the community. But I think the different parts of the 2K community want different things. So I don't even know how much they should be focused on catering to us. I still got some things in the single player department that I wish they would get hammered out. Like at this point, I'm like, yo, man. I'm sorry. I know that the Charles Barkley and Reggie Miller trying to hold y'all niggas hostage with this pay to retired players thing. But listen, man, I feel like at this point, bro, just giving the money so we can get the NBA era's experience we all deserve, my boys. Off that, I mean, that's just me. That's just me. But as far as the online component, yeah, it's just really over for niggas this year.
And there should be no fucking reason why, if like. And speaking on like the whole one player experience, right? There should be no reason why if I'm playing on Hall of Fame, right? And I'm on a team with like a Kawhi Leonard, or if I'm on a team with, a Braun or a Kyrie or some shit like that, there should be no reason why they're not playing like their fucking self. You know what I mean? Like, just because you might not be playing in rhythm or, just slightly, or like you might not be doing the exact right things, it's like, none of your teammates can get hot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm diming these motherfuckers. They're bricking. They not playing well. It's just like, yo, why? And then, meanwhile, the other team are playing like the fucking Monstars and shit. Like, they fucking absorb niggas' talents. My nigga,
that
like...
thing, right, where, like, it feels like in the My Play experience where you're just playing through the course of the season, it feels like they nerfed the fuck out of your teammates.
And they just boosted the opposition.
Yeah.
And... Yo, that's mad annoying, bro. It's so fun. And then let them take you out the game. You've been fighting to stay within 5 for like a quarter and a half now. Mm-hmm. They finally take you out the game. You come back in, you're down 15. What?
Feeling like a slave.
Fight back. You know what I mean? Probably tie the game, or like you back within like 5 again, probably within 3. Put you back on the bench, give you some rest, down 8. What? Come on, 2K. There should be no reason for any of that. And then you checking the stats, and then you looking at the stats, and you like, yo, my nigga, what? Like, my co-star is 6 for 20?
Yo. Every single night. Every night that we play.
6 for 25? Like...
Madden 24 is out.
Yeah.
You not excited?
Haven't been excited.
You not excited to play the same shit you played for the last 7 years?
Haven't been excited.
Yo, Madden is just disrespectful. And I'm not gonna lie. Again, I feel like my hate for Madden has perhaps made people think that I'm willing to be less critical of NBA 2K or something like that, or that I'm trying to say that there are no issues that exist within 2K. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Madden is the most flagrantly disrespectful piece of shit product in the sports gaming community right now.
Has been for years.
In the sports gaming community right now. And they're launching games that don't work. They're also succumbing to the fucking trend of launching unfinished games with ridiculous bugs and patches.
Oh, you're talking about EA.
Of course.
You're talking about EA. Okay.
Of course. And this whole culture of unfinished fucking video games, of charging fans the full price of a video game that's going to take you 2 months to get up to snuff, like it should have been on the day one of the release. Mm-hmm. This thing is going to need to be, like, come on, bro.
I mean, people are allowing them to remain disrespectful.
And people buy that shit every year.
They're buying it.
And it's like fucking, but you know what it is? You know what it is when it comes to marketing and advertising and stuff like that? The product becomes attached to a feeling. Mm-hmm. The feeling you get when you play Madden with your if you have a bunch of close friends that you play with your friends, if you have an online community with your online community, or if you're like a Twitch streamer with your fans or your watchers and stuff like that, like that feeling is like, that's what you're running to, and I totally understand and respect that, bro. We all got shit games that we love for a reason or another. But Madden is just disrespectful. It's a disrespectful product. It's nasty, man. It's fucked up. Man? And they have the exclusive license and they re-up. They got the license till like 2026. It was supposed to run out in 2021, and you know what they did? They re-upped on a motherfucker. They're never going to let it go.
Nope.
We're never going to have any competition in the NFL landscape. And listen, you could argue it's the same in the NBA landscape right now, but at least 2K has done that through sheer force of domination. Like, at least 2K has honestly earned the spot where the other companies had to take stock and figure out a way to compete, and so they're not putting out games right now. That exclusive license, and also shit,
the other games just sucked. Like, were really bad. You know what I mean?
Whoa! I like the little Sony series.
I mean, the earlier NBA lives were good.
Oh yeah, there were some good NBA lives.
You know what I mean? Like,
and
the earlier
there was
lives.
a Sony NBA series that was out on like PlayStation 3 for a while.
No. I'm not referring to, like, the old school games. I'm talking about.
No, this is PS3.
Yeah, still. Is
that old school at this point? Wow, we're
still
ancient.
Quite old. Still quite.
We are ancient.
Yeah, I mean,
what else is new?
Yeah, I mean, right before this, you had a PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like. Whole higher generation console.
And when the PlayStation 3 came out, I was like 11, 12. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, type old. You know what I mean?
Definitely
still playing
went into high school.
Still
with the
playing
PlayStation
discs.
3. Yeah.
And there was no digital games on P3, right? Or did they have, like, was that like the beginning of the cloud thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It was fully discs. Take your ass to the store, go buy that physical copy, come back and play it. Which, by the way, kind of miss the aspect of buying a game. No. I mean, yeah, you can stream games now and just play them.
You can just go buy it. And
play but you still got to download them. Oh, still has to install. There's like the whole aspect of just popping a game in.
Yeah.
And just playing it.
Yeah.
Just start to play it. Yeah, and I get it. There's so much more that goes into these games to make
software.
it. Yeah, like, it's way bigger software compacted into all of this shit. But it's just like, at the end of the day, like, I kind of do miss just the whole aspect of just, buying a brand new game, popping that bitch in, and just automatically just getting right. You know what I'm saying? You probably watch like the little intro, the little minute and a half intro they have in the beginning, and that's pretty much all the waiting you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to get right. Even loading times wasn't all that crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
depending on what you're playing, but you're right. Yeah, it wasn't as crazy
for the most part.
But I mean, shit, the next generation has eliminated that, right? With the solid state drive shit, where it's like loading times are now like negligible.
Yeah,
across everything. So.
That is definitely a fact.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah, because considering, like we said, all the software that goes into this game, like the fact that it can just, which has me thinking that they could have did this. Like they already knew that they could have did that.
Well, it's more about the technology. The solid state drive, I don't think it was something you could have put into those other consoles with the power demands, right? That they would have needed. So when you get to this stage in the hardware, you could do much faster things because the solid state drive wasn't something that was new to the world. It just was something that was new to console gaming. But PC users were. That's why PC users always joke that like console users be happy to have shit that PC people been able to do. Like PC users are often able to bump up the resolution of games to whatever the newfangled thing is well before we get it. You know what I mean? And similar situations to loading times, like PC users have been able to achieve solid state for a while now. So it's like loading times have been negligible for them if they had the right quote unquote build. I don't know. We're delving out of my realm of expertise. So I'm going to say something that makes me sound like a fucking tool, and someone is going to want to punch me in the mouth. But that's all right.
You said that's all right.
But hey, but I don't even like the whole console wars thing because that's my whole shit with it. Is like, I don't know. I'm like I said, like I always say, I'm becoming the old curmudgeon. I am, and specifically with regard to like advertising, like. I no longer want to just have brand loyalty. I got to be getting something out of this. Or this product, I got to swear by it. Yeah. It can't be that choice I made as a kid where it was like, well, this is the one my mom got me, so.
I like this one.
Like, I'll be real honest. A lot of me having a PlayStation has to do with the fact that my first system that was mine that I had was a PlayStation 2. But it also worked out really well for me in that I think if I was an Xbox kid, I would have eventually switched over to PlayStation because I'm a guy that plays a lot of single player games. So it's like, them exclusives. Not having the Spider-Man game, I'd have made that switch. That Spider-Man game would have broke me. Something along the way would have broke me, you know what I'm saying? Where I'd have been like,
you have a plethora of one-player games for Xbox. It's just not the exclusive you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I would.
And the exclusives are a minority when we are talking about the big pool of one-player games you can play.
I'd have needed that God of War.
I feel you. I'd
have needed that Ghost of Tsushima.
You talking about some top-notch games right now.
I'd have needed that Ghost of Tsushima.
I feel you. Even The Last of Us. The Last of Us series was amazing.
I needed that.
It was amazing.
I'd have wanted to give me some of that Uncharted back in its prime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I get it.
That Ratchet and Clank went hard.
I get it. And all we got to show for was Halo. But listen, a staple. A fucking staple, nigga. Halo 3, I don't know why it lasted so far beyond its time. Like, there was so much bigger and better shit out. And the fact that people were still jumping on to get on Halo. Halo 3. Halo 3 was one of the best games ever made. Like, from a multiplayer standpoint, Halo 3 was it.
Yeah, it was definitely like a legend.
Halo 3 was
in the gaming
It
community.
is the legend. It's the only legend.
Like, as a nigga who's never owned an Xbox.
You know what I mean? And mind you, I was vice versa. I started off with PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I remember that. I remember them days. We had a PlayStation 1. Then I had the P2, the thin one. I never had the fatback. You know what I'm saying? It was the smaller shit. Mm-hmm. Had that one. And then one day, you know what I mean, I had a hand-me-down Xbox, you know, the first Xbox just given to me, and that was it, bro. From that day, I was just like, oh yeah, this is it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just got the feeling. I was like, yeah, this is the one. And
now it's like ideally, like if I had money to throw away right now at this moment, I'd probably have both, right? Because I got a Nintendo Switch. Also,
but I don't think it's necessary to buy both a Xbox and a PlayStation.
If you are
like, I think it only makes sense if you buy a Nintendo and one or the other.
Well, if you're super into gaming and there are just games that you're gonna have to own the other one in order to play. See, that to me is the tragic thing about the landscape today is where it's like if you're super into gaming and you want to play everything great that comes out, unless you're gonna like find a way to emulate or maybe get like a dope PC or something like that and like run stuff off Steam, the ones that come out on PC as well as other platforms, yeah. I think they force you in a position where like if you are that dedicated gamer who has the funds to invest into what you love, you gotta have both. Not because there's a market difference between the systems, because I really do swear by the fact that the differences in the two systems are so negligible and so niche specific that to your average person, there is really no difference between owning either one of those consoles. And this is as a guy who was like, you could argue I'm team PlayStation. That doesn't mean anything.
Nah, yeah, but I think if you have a PC, you might as well just go and get a PlayStation then, because PC has pretty much every game Xbox has.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then plus their own, and then PC really has their own like sector of exclusive games. You know what I mean? So like, if you have a PC, you might as well. If you're gonna go get a console, it might as well just be a PlayStation. Like that's just like the most viable option. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're broadening your I guess your touch to other games and shit like that.
And Nintendo Switch is getting away with murder because listen, that's a cute little system.
What you mean?
I have a Nintendo Switch, and I'm gonna just say this: Nintendo is getting away with murder. Wow. That system was outdated hardware, and this is why the companies that are making fantastic games. First of all, a bulk of the Switch games are just games that like I was gonna play on another console anyway, right? Like I'm playing.
So you're not playing like Nintendo exclusives then?
Like I'm playing Dragon Quest 11 on there, which now that I can stream via PlayStation Plus on my PlayStation 5, I'm just gonna do that.
Right.
But I was doing that and stuff like that. And there's some Nintendo exclusives like the Pokemon or the Mario shit, and there's some nice indie games in the library, right? But it's outdated hardware. Right. So like there are games going above and beyond on the outdated hardware, but it's like as far as where games are and really where they were when that system came out, they're kind of getting away with murder there. That ain't it, bruh. Come with some harder shit. And I love the Switch, and I think that's the tough part is like the Switch has a community of people who love it, and I love it too. But from a gaming hardware perspective, it's like I'm playing ports of PlayStation 3 games on there that aren't as good as they ran on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I'm playing Guerrilla Red Faction on there, and I'm like, I felt like I had more fun playing this on the system it was released for.
I think they're playing real hard into the kid friendly role of of just gaming. You know what I mean? Like
they're being cheap.
Yeah, but
that is a cheap fucking system, dude.
It kind of goes back to with EA though. Like if people are gonna keep consuming the product, as is, without a lot of pushback, it's just like why not keep putting
and it's like even like say Pokemon like Pokemon I believe is the highest grossing and the most valuable media property in the world. I grew up on Pokemon as a super heavy Pokemon nerd, not just a casual relationship with Pokemon. I was on Cerebi.net. I was that guy, right? I was dealing Pokemon trivia like fucking heroin in the streets. You needed to know something about Bulbasaur, you came to me. No one ever came to me, especially not any bitches.
Talk about some fucking Pokemon.
But
shit.
The Pokemon video games, and I can say this because I own them. I have them. I literally have them. Name the last Pokemon game that came out. I own it. And that goes for the last like 3 generations. I definitely took like a 4 or 5 generation break, as anybody with a relationship with Pokemon, I think did. Like after shit just started getting wonky from the game perspective. Mm-hmm. But it is the most lazy, formulaic sack of shit. Sometimes. No, why am I acting scared of big Pokemon? Not sometimes. Those games lately have been the most uninspired, lazy sacks of shit. And I just hand them my $60. Also, why are Switch games $60? I mean, the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox and the new market and just pushing games up to $69.99, which, honestly, I don't want to complain as much as I complain. I mean, as much as I want to complain, because I'm still trying to figure out if, well, you know what? The prices of video games have been stable for like 20 years. Mm-hmm. Maybe it should have been going up by increments, and they eventually just adjusted when the technology got so expensive that
they have to. That has to be like
it became ridiculous not to charge us more. Yeah. So that's why I try to hold back some of my anger at the fact that we just all rolled over and decided that we're going to pay $10 more for games and controllers and shit.
100%. No pushback. No, or like slight, like little to no pushback. Yeah.
Because it's like when you think about the fact that you were paying the same price for a PS4 game that you were paying for a PlayStation 2 game when they were brand new, it's like, But then you could argue with inflation, like, nigga, the money's worth less. It kind of did, like, kind of was paying more, right? So, like, I don't know.
Especially having to print out all physical copies. Like,
well, that can't be expensive.
I mean,
actually printing them can't be expensive, right?
Who knows? Like, you know what I mean? Like, paying a lot on delivery, making sure, and then you have like a whole lot of dead stock shit that doesn't sell.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That kind of just gets flushed down the toilet. Now, the game is different.
You
shit
sold them back,
now.
and they told you to bend over and fucked you on the price.
Exactly, because you're trying to sell it back to them now, and so now everything is digital now. It's kind of like, it is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like we are essentially paying more for a non-physical copy, something that you could just literally shoot over to us after we send you these 70 buckaroos. You
have a little bit less control. Some people are hoping that the discs don't fully go away because you have a little bit more control if you kind of have the 1.0 version of it. If they make changes that you're not really amenable to, right, and you just choose never to update it. And I can see that too. And there are people, there are people who are better with games than we are, who just do things that we wouldn't do, that I appreciate, because I watch their YouTube videos all fucking day. Shout out to Some Ordinary Gamers. Some Ordinary Gamers. You know what I'm saying? Because I watch a lot of his shit, and he just makes me privy to a side of video gaming that I admire, because I'm too much of a fucking Luddite. I'm too much of a fucking rockhead to do some of that fun shit, like really participate in emulation and like hack into my devices myself and do all these cool shit, or even understand what's going on under the hood. Yeah. And he and people like him would probably argue that it's not as complicated as I maybe convince myself it is. And who knows? But I admire that type of shit, right? And it's like a lot of those guys will speak up for the gaming community, and I appreciate that, because we really are getting shafted in a lot of ways. As amazing as shit is, we are getting fucked in so many ways. Like, games are coming out unfinished, or they're just money suckers. This microtransaction shit, they ruined the fucking Avengers game, and I don't talk about it because I'm embarrassed, because I bought it and I was excited to buy it. That's why you never hear me talk about that Avengers game, because I bought it and I was fucking embarrassed. Because I was excited to buy it. I was like, this shit gonna be like Marvel Ultimate Alliance. This shit gonna go crazy. It's a money suck. They tried to sour me on the Batman Arkham series. That's why I didn't even pay attention to that Gotham's Night shit once I realized it was gonna be some piece of garbage. The games be pieces of garbage. 2K is fucking strong on me. Got the Glock 9 to my fucking dome piece every year out of wild money that I worked mad hard for, bro.
But guess what? You go get that, or it's gonna be gifted to you. Either or.
I've given up on the Call of Duty Battle Pass. Fool me once.
Listen,
you know what I mean? Can't fool me twice.
I already told you, bro. All these microtransactions. Now, this is me personally. I speak for myself only. You feel me? I just don't do them. I'd rather just go ahead and play the game and eventually build up to it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I am playing the game that much, I know for a fact that I will build up to it. You know what I mean?
2K's
and once you buy the battle pass, it usually gives you enough to continuously buy the battle pass to where you don't even have to keep buying it over and over again. You know what I mean?
And like 2K is really the only game that I've made the decision that like they'll get my money. I don't think it's fair. I don't like that I have to give them my money, but you really can't get your player to a competitive level quick enough to jump online and have fun with the game in any real timely fashion.
Unless you play the season out fully.
Even so.
What you mean? Nah, after a full season, I get my player to like an 89. After one full season, every time, it never fails.
You know what I mean? It be time to, bro, nigga, it be time, you be supposed to be a 96, 98 or something like that, like a month or two in, bro.
I feel you.
But
I'm still cooking at 89. I'm cooking like
against the computer.
No, I take that to the park and I cook. But I play my role. I'm not gonna be Mr. Strap your backpack on. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just know how to play
After a
in my role. Like,
season.
yeah, after a full season, I'll get it to like
The value
89.
of VC has been deflated so much.
Yeah.
They're just actively trying to funnel us into spending money, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is when you lay down and take it, because we all have the situation where we like fuck it. Not you, but I'm saying like in life there are things where we know are ridiculous, but we just go fuck it.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm starting to learn this because I'm learning about like inherent biases and like behavioral economics, and like it deals with a lot of this shit, right? But like even me, right? I work in an office where there's coffee. On a work day, I will not buy coffee. I have a Keurig in my house, and I work somewhere where we can have coffee anytime we want. I have just made up my mind that I consider it like a cheat day. Because it's so stupid for me
to go
spend money on coffee. It is so stupid, but something that I have no problem doing, and that I think damn near everybody would just be like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not? You know what I mean? But I'm trying to train myself in those little ways to be like, but we all have little things where we'll make negotiations.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and this is where like the inherent biases take place, where it's like, I'll give 2K all this fucking money, but I won't buy a coffee. I'll make sure to get the work coffee and save. Like, you know what I'm saying? And these are things you have to at least be able to see within yourself.
Yeah.
So that you don't make so many of these compromises that you have a hole in your boat and it's sinking.
But does it have to sink for real? Like, that's probably what's keeping you afloat. You know what I mean? Like, that's
what? All these hours of 2K is the only reason I haven't shot up a mall.
You feel me? Like,
wow.
You feel me? That could be it. That could be the formula. You feel me? Like, that's how you come home and you decompress. Pull up, hit the park, you know what I mean? Little wreck. Get money, you know what I mean? Go to bed, get ready for work next day.
Get money or be furious. Be infuriated, angry, calling niggas out their name.
I ain't gonna hold you. If I'm playing,
you a madman.
If I'm playing with randoms, I don't even use the microphone, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I plug that shit out, start playing music. I don't need to hear you guys. You know, I mean, I can see what's going on right here on this 3-on-3. Like, yeah, I don't need to hear you. Like, yes, I can see you open. I know you're open. You know what I mean? Like, and I will pass the ball. I'm not like these other guys, bro. Like, these motherfuckers just be trying to score all 21 points for you. And I'm like,
oh, nah.
I can go ahead and just clock out, bro. You feel me? Like, this is crazy. Like, it's whatever, though.
Niggas it'd be tough to play with niggas.
Can't, man.
It'd be tough to play with
but
niggas.
We're not going to have to worry about that too soon, though.
You never said if you copping a new Madden, though.
No, I'm not. I already said that. I'm not.
When's the last Madden you copped?
That I copped myself? The last Madden I got myself was like 15. But the last Madden that I was gifted was like 18. And that was the last Madden I've ever owned.
The last Madden that I went out and bought, and the last Madden that I owned and played, was the one with Odell on the cover.
I think that was like 17 or 18.
That's the last one. That's the last one I had.
That was a good. That one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Madden, what I think it was like 15 or 16, was like their ceiling.
Shit. I mean, I remember
that was the ceiling.
The Madden I was probably most excited to own, and this was also probably the most into football I ever was in my life. Because despite popular opinion and what anybody actually knows about me, is there was a period in my life where I was super into football. The one with Larry Jones, was it Larry Fitzgerald and Troy Polamalu on the cover? Was that 12?
I think so.
That was probably the most excited I'd ever been for a Madden and the most fun I'd had with a Madden.
What to see right now?
I think that was the one that brought gang tackling into it.
Madden 12.
I don't know, man.
Nope, that's not that one. I think it was Madden 11, maybe.
And Madden are just uninspired, dog.
Nope, we're wrong again. What the fuck?
They just... The folks over at EA are not doing great work, but don't worry, because most of the video game industry No. See, then that's the thing. You get so angry with some of these games that you want to trash the whole industry, and it's like there's people working real hard that are doing great things. So I don't want to say something like that, but
That's tough, bro.
it'd be tough, man. It'd be difficult. It'd be difficult for me to understand what's going on in the world today, but at the end of the day, I think we're gonna be alright. But we're gonna need you on this other side.
That was Madden 10, brother. My fault. I'm sorry, guys. I checked out. I was trying to find that shit. Yeah, that was Madden 10 with Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald on the cover. Yeah, facts.
We're gonna need you on this other side, man. Cause
other side of what?
On this next gen shit, cause it could be me, you, and G.
Man, listen.
In the rec going crazy, my boy.
And we challenge anybody. We challenging anybody. You hear me? We not losing. Bro.
I have not played with you niggas. I can't say that.
We not losing, bro.
I ain't played with you niggas. I don't know.
Listen, bro. Like listen, bro. It's showtime when I get on that court.
Wow.
I'm making y'all better.
Wow.
Y'all gonna be so good already, but just me there I'm finding y'all, bro. And then when they start sagging off, they thinking I can't shoot. Boom! Boom! One more. Boom!
Pressure.
Fuck you talking about? Telling you, bro. They don't want it. Know what I mean?
Yo, don't let these niggas are savages. Don't let these niggas catch you
they don't want it.
On a dark Tuesday in the rec slipping.
They don't want it, bro.
The shit you talking.
They don't want it, bro.
Don't let these niggas catch you.
Listen, and mind you, I don't touch Park until I'm done with my first season. Feel me? Because I already know what time it is. I'm not touching Park yet. Y'all ain't gonna catch me slipping on a level while I'm like fucking a 75 and shit like that in the park. And y'all niggas is already 80s and 90s.
Grind time is grind time.
Yeah, grind time is grind time. I'm in the lab. I'm getting right.
You know I'm gonna be a 90 something early because you know me, I get the special edition of the game and then I throw a little money on the VC. Like I know what time it is. I know how to talk to these niggas. Yeah.
I feel you.
Especially because then I'm gonna need that rebirth build. And that's the thing. That's where I don't be wanting to put the money in. So that's where it be the grind time where like all the VC that I don't need that I earn through everything else and all the single player I play and everything else, I dump that shit in the rebirth and play like get the rebirth ready. Because the rebirth will start at like a 90 or something like that. That's the good thing about the rebirth. You don't have to even work that hard to get the rebirth ready. That's the greatness of the rebirth build. It like comes with the stats to make it a 90 and like with like half your badges and shit like that. Like so it's like, yeah, I'm gonna just do that. But like, you know, it builds slowly if you don't want to dump money into it. But the extra VC that you earned that you don't need for your regular player now, you dump into the rebirths. Right? You get them a little, you still gonna probably have to come up off a few. You know what I mean? A few your hard earned. You know what I'm saying? But
got one player for you, bro.
Cause I gotta make a big, I gotta make a wing, and I gotta make a guard, like a point guard. Like I
got one player for you, bro. One. Numero uno. I got one player for you. Feel me? And I'm going to dominate. That's it.
Yo, you
I
on
take
this?
Nothing less.
This nigga's on this.
Nothing less, bro. Like I'm niggas don't want to see me, bro. All you side to side niggas, all them niggas ready for them.
You digging your own grave.
All them side to side, or I like to just dribble side to side, tray ball. Yeah. Give me that. Pickpocket. Just gonna time it well. As soon as you pull for it. Give me that. Block Isha. Come on, son.
Block? How tall your point guard gonna be?
He's 6'5".
Oh my God. He on that shit.
Yeah.
He on that shit for real.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh, you thought I was gonna be like a smaller guard?
Who knew?
Nah, 6'5". You mean 6'5".
Okay. So that mean I could back my point guard out because my point guard ain't gonna be 6'5".
Yeah.
It'll be on some combo shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
That mean I could back out either or three of my bills. My big, my wing, and my... Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? See that?
How tall you planning on making the wing?
I gotta see how they shake the stats out this year.
Word,
That's
because
when I make my decision.
everything is like
You
a
can
seesaw.
also do like straight up builds now where they let you make a build because they got like this thing where it's like specific movement packages now, which is like really based on like game tape of like actual players and shit like that to make you really move like them. But like they have like build archetypes now where like you could straight up just like make a Steph Curry type and then you could kind of adjust the stats a little bit to your pleasing to still make it a little more custom. But you could just straight out boom and you'll like no matter what your level, you'll start with his animations and all his shit.
Okay.
Even if his shit you're supposed to be a certain level to have it, you just start out with his shit and all that shit like where it's like. So I guess there's like different ways to do it. So I got to see how everything shake out.
I think that's dope though.
Yeah.
Because it's at the end of the day, it's a video game. You know what I mean? This is gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think that's dope. That's a dope aspect of it.
But depending on how all that shit work will depend, I guess, on how tall my wing is. Because my wing last year was like 6'7".
Right.
He probably should have been 6'8", 6'9", but the 6'7" thing worked out for me.
6'7" is valid still.
Yeah, exactly.
On the wing, yeah, you valid.
And he was
you at the 2 or the 3.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of different shit. So
Word.
I was rocking.
I'll rock out with that too. I ain't gonna hold you, man, for sure. I remember the last time I made a wing, and I think I made him like 6'6" though. I don't know why I made him 6'6", but they essentially just kept putting me at the 2, and I was just like, all right, fuck it, I'll just stay here. You know what I mean? And playing off ball is probably one of the most fun things to do in like one player mode. You know what I mean? Hall of Fame, playing off ball. It's one of the most fun things and hardest things to do because when, like I said before, like when they start shitting the bed, Jesus, they're shitting the bed like really bad. You know what I mean? And then it allows you having to call for the ball more and throwing the rhythm off even more and shit like that. But when shit is clicking and you're playing off ball and you get to, you know, play within the parameters of, you know, all of the shit that they're setting for you.
Ain't no telling.
Oh my goodness. Sky's the limit, man. Like that shit is just, it's a great feeling, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great feeling for sure. 2K is going to be fun. And I will be making my my purchase of a next generation console very, very soon. Don't you worry, my brother.
How much do I gotta get you to change your console name to something crazy?
What?
How much do I gotta get you to change your gamer tag to something wicked?
How much money?
Yeah.
Nigga, you don't want to hear the answer to that, nigga. That's a rhetorical question.
Like,
it's crazy.
Okay.
Get him out of here. Man.
How much money would it take to get you to change your handle to like Dirty Nutsack?
Yeah, nah, I'm not doing
or
that.
Mr. Dirty Snatch.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
I don't want to. Why don't you change your name to that? Since you like that name so much. The fuck? Matter of fact, yeah, that's his PSN now, y'all. Mr. Dirty Snatch 718. What's wrong with this world, bro?
I was thinking about some shit like that.
Of course you was. Fucking course you was. That's the only reason why you would say some shit like that. What's wrong with this nigga?
I was thinking about changing my name to something sick.
Man,
but my whole thing was I didn't want it to be something so sick that like a little kid couldn't play with you. Right? I just wanted it to be something silly and stupid.
So Mr. Like, Dirty Snatch, a little
that's
kid
why
can
I didn't
play.
do it. That's why I didn't do it. Bro, that's why I was trying to tell you, bro. This is why I didn't do it, because I was thinking about the kids. Why you out here
trying to play with little kids, nigga? What's wrong with this man?
I'm not trying to. They be on the fucking game sometimes. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that the game punishes you for quitting, every single time I heard a young kid's voice on there, I would quit.
Yeah.
Just not taking no chances.
Yeah.
Y'all probably suck. You trash. We're selfish.
You could back out. You could back out if you're still in the lobby.
Yeah, but you can't hear the voices until you're in the game.
Nah, you can hit them.
Nah, that's only like 3-3 in the court, in the park and shit like that. I'm talking about like running randoms in the right. You can't hear voices until y'all on the court.
Damn.
Yeah. Not doing it.
Nah, quitting mid game do be you know game tight though. Like that shit is just crazy.
Sometimes I wonder like what the equivalent experience is in Madden if they have it. Where it's like, could there be like a functional online mode where like everybody plays a singular position? Like who would line up to be the
They just
center?
introduced that. It's called like the yard or some shit like that.
But it can't be like 16 on 16 or whatever. Like
No. It's just quarterback receivers. That's all it is. I mean,
Gotta
just,
be.
just yeah, and then you have the D-backs, and then you have one person who covers the quarterback, and there's like specific blitz rules. Like you can't just keep blitzing them every play and shit like that. Like there's rules for that. But yeah, it's kind of like NFL street style but just without the 3 blockers and 3 rushes. You know what I mean? It's just the receivers going across.
And it's like all live players.
Yeah.
Like I was about to say, like nobody's gonna line up at center.
Yeah, no.
Everybody's gonna quit.
Exactly.
Nobody's playing all 4 quarters snapping the football, bro. Like
nobody's doing that.
Like
nobody's doing that for sure. Like to find somebody who actually made a lineman build and who grinded. Imagine building a lineman and having to grind that player's attributes all the way up to like a 95 or something like that. Like continuously, play after play, just drop step, like pancake. 2 pancakes lit. You feel me? Like, I'm pulling this game. I'm pulling this play. I come around, I get to knock somebody the fuck out. Like,
plus the arguments that would ensue.
Like,
but like, imagine like there could be such fun to be had. Like, what if he was the Lawrence Taylor of like online, man? Like, what if you were just bursting through the line?
A defensive lineman is different. There would be people who would make a defensive lineman because that's exciting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being the guy to remove this big refrigerator with legs from in front of you or just getting around him off pure just strength and quickness and going to knock that motherfucker out. Like, yeah, there's excitement behind that. There's no excitement behind blocking that motherfucker. Like, you're not going to find too many people who are going to be willing to take on that task.
I feel like they could find a fun way to do it, though, where, like, there's positions, like, where, like, they could do research and development to figure out which positions people wouldn't play and just always make those AI and just always make them perform.
It would have to be that.
To good regular.
It would have to be that. It would literally have to be that.
And then people would, like, line up at, like, with, like, quarterbacks, like, their custom-made quarterbacks, their receivers, the tight end.
And a running back.
Yeah, running back.
People make running backs, people make receivers, a tight end.
Like the defensive ends, the cornerbacks,
for sure.
the shit like that. And then it would be like,
Yep.
But you couldn't like have it like where everybody's playing a live role because some niggas is like, I'm not playing.
I'm not playing that, bro. Like,
I'm not doing that. It's
like,
where's the glory?
Like, what?
And who made it? You didn't even make that. So how could I play it? How could I play something I never made? I never made this build. Who made this build? Nobody. Who made a center? Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? And then
can you even make a center?
Even
in Madden? No, we don't know. We haven't played Madden forever.
No, I think you can. I really do. I think you can make any position you want to make.
You would have to be a serial killer.
Yeah, no.
If I found out one of the homies made a center,
I definitely think
in
you
Madden,
can.
Bro.
And you know what's crazy? I made a fullback one time just you know, and I'm talking about this is like Madden 08. I'm going so far back. You know what I mean? Like so. They've been was letting you make whatever you wanted to make because I remember making a fullback. Don't know why I made one, but I made one.
You used to play the NCAA games,
huh?
You used to play the NCAA games.
Yes,
I used to make a my thing. Like I don't want to call it a my career because I guess that's 2K's thing. But like I used to make a creative player in NCAA football every year. I used to buy an NCAA football before Madden came out. Get that nigga to the height of his heights, and then transfer and upload him into Madden. Because you could do that. You could transfer your college player once you declare for the draft in that game. Then once you get to Madden, you could get him, import him in and get him drafted and shit like that. Like,
so wait, you do the draft before you import him or after you import him?
You just have to either finish all 4 your years or declare whatever it is that you do. I don't remember how you would finish your career because I guess you could finish in 3 or 4s. But I definitely know that you could port your college player directly into the Madden when it came out and just have him be your career player that you start out with, the same guy. And it would be like, they would just like translate his stats over like what their NFL counterpoint would be and he would be like pretty good. He would be better than if you just made one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, that was dope. Okay. But then Madden was always worse than NCAA. So I would never play it out and have fun.
NCAA was some pretty fun games, man.
Oh, by the end of
basketball and football, both of them. I actually really enjoyed both of them.
Yeah. Honestly, 2K has done a really good job incorporating the college teams into my career experience. But like, you know, it'd be fun if 2K like had like a college game again, like just to make like a college player. Because I'm not into
I
college
mean, now
basketball
that you
at
can
all.
pay them off their likeness, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen in the upcoming years? You know what I mean? Like,
And they could just make it a part of 2K. It wouldn't necessarily have to release it in 2 separate games,
right,
unless you just wanted to take the money. But
right. But they would still have to organize like a system of who gets paid, how much are they getting paid. You know what I mean? Because when you
and
have
it would be way too many players.
like exactly, and we can't pay all of them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, who are we putting in like, is it just going to be like the starting fives or probably like the first 7? You know what I mean? Those guys can get imported into their game, and then everybody else is just like, you know, AI created. You know what I mean? Like, just, you know, with fake names and shit like that. And that's kind of just how we roll with it. And it's just like, but even with that, that means that every school can't be in the game now too, because 7 guys from every fucking top university or like mid university, fuck. Now, how much are we paying them now? Like,
It'd be a lot.
everybody get a stack? Whoa.
It'd be a lot.
7,000 per school? Like, that's gonna add up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe the price of paying them is going to be way too much for
who knows?
their
Because they
profit
still,
margin.
I don't know what it is that Charles Barkley and Reggie Miller want 2K to do, man. But they're still not prepared to do whatever the fuck it is that they want to do to get themselves in the game. And like,
I don't think they care for it though. That's the thing.
no, they're on this thing where they want 2K to cut a certain amount of like a check to the Retired Players Association, and I guess 2K's not trying to cut that amount. They rather just deal with every player on an individual basis and pay them for their likeness and whatever. But it's the reason that we only ever get Charles Barkley for like certain Olympic 92 Dream Team type of content. Like, that's the only time he's ever been in a game. It was like, I think like, what was it, 2K16 or something like that? It was the last year they did the Olympics thing in 2K12.
So he personally sold his likeness just for that game?
Yeah, he let himself be in like 1 or 2 of the Olympic ones, like the Dream Team celebration ones.
That's crazy.
But only on a Dream Team. Wouldn't even let them like put one of his put him on a classic team like the Philadelphia 76ers or the Suns or something like that.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
What is that about, bro? Like,
he feels like they should cut the retired players a certain amount of money.
I get that, but son, like,
it's stopping us from getting what we need.
Like,
and Reggie's on that same shit with him where I'm like, all right, I guess.
All right.
They stopping me from getting my Dream 2K, which is like where all the drafts add up and every player that they could possibly get is in there. You know what I'm saying? We finally about to get the Lakers that we should have been got, the fucking 2009 or 2010 Lakers or whatever like that with Powell and all them niggas. Like, well, it's like my perfect ideal world with 2K, because, you know what I mean, I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to this shit. It's like, I just want it all to work. I want all the eras to work. I want to have all the classic teams that I love in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just want everything perfect for that so that the NBA eras could be what I think it really could be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do think this is like this whole new avenue of fun for me to have with the game.
That definitely would be dope.
Yeah.
Or just do like a redraft. Take all those guys and just kind of see.
Oh, you could do that now. You could always do that.
All right.
Yeah, where like you put all the players from all time in a pool and like just have a draft. Like have a league with a mix of players from all the eras that were like freshly drafted just now. Like,
whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Now this has kind of been the 2K episode.
Yeah.
And we done gave y'all damn near an hour. I'm about to get this nigga this working 2K.
Hold on. Right before we get up out of here, streaming is on the way, people. So be on the lookout for that. We definitely gonna have that. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna see us live in action. A little introduction of us on camera a little bit too. You feel what I'm saying? And we gonna, you know what I mean? We got a lot of shit in store, man. You know what I mean? As per usual. PYO boys, my nigga. We out.